to a video on simplifying fractions into lowest terms. So here I want to go over an example of taking a fraction. We're working with these rational numbers that are fractions. Oftentimes we want to work with numbers that are simple and easy to work with and easy to understand. So in fractions, that means being able to simplify them, put them into lowest terms, and find similar fractions that are smaller. So I've got a fraction here, 210 divided by 525. Those are reasonably big numbers, and I want to see if I can find a fraction that is equal to this but smaller. In fact, I want to go as far as I can to find the smallest fraction that's equal to this. So let's talk about how to put it into lowest terms. Every number has factors that we can work with. So if I take 210, and if I take my calculator, I can list off what are numbers that divide into 210. Well, you may think, okay, 210 can be broken down into 3 times 70. We're going to make a little factor tree. And then 70 can be broken down into 7 times 10. And 10 can be broken down into 5 times 2. So we've broken everything up into its prime factorization. So I can really think of 210 as 2 times 5 times 3 times 7. I can do the same thing with 525 as well. If I do my little factor tree here, let's see, 5 goes in there 105 times, so 5 times 105. I can break down 105, 5 goes in there, times 21 times. 21 breaks down into 3 times 7. So there's all my factors, my prime factorization of 525. So it is 3 times 5 times 5 times 7. Now why did I do this? It seems like a painfully long way to simplify fractions, but it's going to hopefully help you understand what it is we're doing. When I'm simplifying fractions, I'm trying to find common numbers that divide both into 210 and 525, and I'm going to divide them down. So let's take really quickly here. I can see that 5 is a common factor of both. So if I want to simplify this fraction down, I can divide the top by 5 and I can divide the bottom by 5. So I'm simplifying this thing here, and I can rewrite it. 210 divided by 5 is 42. And 525 divided by 5 is 105. There is an equivalent fraction. 42 divided by 105 is the same fraction as 210 divided by 525. Just a little bit easier to work with. It's lowest terms, a smaller number. However, it's not in lowest terms. When you're asked to simplify fractions, I want to go as far as I can, simplifying things down. So let's see. We also see we have a number 3 in common. I haven't dealt with that yet, so let's divide the top and bottom by 3. So we can do this simplifying in stages. 42 divided by 3 is going to be 14. And 105 divided by 3 is going to be 35. So again, a little bit nicer, a little bit friendlier. But you've probably already noticed that there's a 7 in common. In fact, you can even see probably by now 14 and 35 are both factors of 7. So let's divide that common factor by the numerator and denominator. So we end up with 2 over 5. And who would have thought? 2 over 5 is the exact same fraction as 210 over 525. But this one, since 2 is prime and 5 is prime, well, since there's no 2 and 5, there's no numbers that divide evenly into either one of those. This is what we call in lowest terms. And I've simplified it as far as I can. 2 over 5, 2/5 is much, much, much nicer to work with in any sort of problem, algebra, adding, subtracting, etc. So hopefully this was a good example helping you understand how we go about simplifying fractions in the lowest terms. We want to try and find common factors that divide into both our numerator and denominator. And if it helps, you can do a factor tree to find some of those. Most of us just pull out a calculator and we start guessing and checking until we find them. Either one works. Do whatever is just most simplest and efficient for you.